All right, everyone, we're all set. Go ahead and raise your hand and I'll call on you. We'll start off with Ned.
Howdy, Curt. Would you discuss the team's effort tonight, particularly on the boards with Alyssa?
Yeah, I thought we had great energy throughout the game. We started well, gave us a boost of confidence out of the gate, played really physically with great tempo and defended well. And then the third quarter was huge for us, tons of energy. Jazz made a couple shots and it took kind of the weight of the world off that we had to do everything through the paint. So we played through the paint. We're able to get some outside shots. But just a dominating night on the glass, and that was effort. Alyssa Thomas, Bree Jones, really a concerted team effort. But again, Alyssa Thomas is our engine. I got her 25 seconds of rest tonight, and just play so hard.
25 seconds.
We'll go to Alexa, followed by Dorothy, if Alexa's still on here or has a question.
Curt, hi, Curt. With us getting going in the second half, obviously she was a little rusty or just couldn't find her shot in the first half. Was it just a matter of her making her shots in the second half to get off to that better start, or what kind of helped kind of get her in that position?
Yeah, I think she missed a couple shots in the first half that she's capable of making. I thought she was a little out of rhythm on one and rushed it a little bit. The second half, again, she's such a good catch and shoot 3-point shooter. So when we were playing inside, they were trying to congest the paint on us, send at times doubles or congestion towards our post game, and they started to find her, and those shots were more in rhythm. So big for her, really, really big for her and us. That a couple of those fell, and Bree January the same way. She was got a lot of open shots early. They just weren't going down, so they stuck with it. And again, hit some big ones, but they both defend so well that their plus minuses are always going to be real solid.
How did Jazz feel with her foot? I mean, she played 25 minutes, looked pretty good, but were you able to talk with her about how she was feeling?
Yeah, I think it was hurting her. You could tell her gait, her stride when you're around someone as much as we are. You can tell when it changes. So we knew she was really hurting down the stretch. Fortunately, we had a double-figure lead and were able to not push her those last 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever we took her out. But she's hurting. Again, it's an overuse injury. There's nothing we can do. We'll keep her off of it right up until the LA game time, and we'll see if she can handle the pain. But she's hurting tonight.
Thank you.
Dorothy, followed by Michelle.
Coach, congrats on the win. Can you talk about where you had to go emotionally and mentally as a coach, and where the team had to go emotionally and mentally as a team to come from an 0-5 start to where you are today?
Yeah, I think, Dorothy, I shared this a little bit. It was the veterans in the locker room that gave me kind of the map for this season. They weren't panicked. There was voices from Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, Jasmine Thomas. We gave up some halftime leads. We gave up some fourth quarter leads in that 0-5 start. And we knew we weren't at full strength. Breon January wasn't with us. We had people, Natisha was coming off of COVID. Teresa Plaisance wasn't healthy, coming off a couple back surgeries. So there was a calm about the veterans, and they gave us the roadmap not to panic, that we were going to build chemistry, and as much build chemistry off the court as we tried to find some continuity on the court. And then again, I could always lean back on my experience, Dorothy, in 2015 when the Sparks started out 0-7. And arguably we're playing the best basketball at the end of the year in the playoffs, and just couldn't get by Minnesota that year when they won the championship. But just hats off to those guys that they could see something in that locker room. They knew that there was talent. This is what we're built for right now. We brought in championship pedigree. Dewana's won championships. Bree January's won championships. Kalina's won championships. Essence Carson has won championships. This is what we're built for. It wasn't always a smooth road to get here, but this is the experience that you need at playoff time, and we're going to be one heck of a hard out.
Thank you.
We'll go to Michelle, and I would just like to say that that Chicago's head coach is waiting on our coaches' media availability to finish up. So one question apiece here so that they can begin theirs. We'll go to Michelle, followed by Natalie.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the experience factor in your backcourt, but also the toughness factor. I mean, we know that of Jasmine, but also January is somebody who just has a long history of just being a very tough defender, will fight through anything. How big do you think those two, that combination of their personalities, has been for you?
Yeah, and they feed off of each other so well, and Breon January has brought so much to our team this year of leadership and her and Jazz communication, and she thinks like a coach. So she's constantly a positive voice out there with those guys. But she's so tough. She may not score like she once did, but she fights whoever she's guarding every single possession. She never takes a possession off defensively. It's just it's a comfort zone to have a player that is going to compete defensively every single possession for you.
Thank you.
Natalie, followed by Howard.
Can you talk a little bit about how important it was for Kyla to step up, not only in the first half, but also down the stretch in some of the final minutes?
Yeah, Kyla's got a great motor. She can get herself to the rim, which she was able to do in the first half when Jasmine and Breon were struggling a little bit offensively. She really provided us a big spark by being able to get herself to the rim. She also is going to really grow into a terrific defender. Again, she's had a very underrated, very unspoken about rookie season. There's a tremendous amount of rookies. There's a great group of rookies that have got the attention down here in the bubble, but quietly, Kyla Charles has really had a great year for us, and we probably don't win today without her, contributions off the bench.
We'll go to Howard, followed by Doug.
Curt, congratulations on the win. Two-part on Alyssa. One is just, when you're creating a game plan for this team this year, just with all the things she does and how capable she is, does your planning kind of start with her? And just related to that, at this point, do you just not even want her to get her shoulders fixed?
Yeah, it's amazing she does what she does, but that's the warrior that she is. Tonight's game plan, was simple. We were, they've been starting Ruthie. So we were going to see if a rookie, could handle Alyssa. So we were going to put the ball in her hands nonstop throughout the game. It forced them to play Gabby more at the 4 than she has down the stretch of the season. They've played more double big to put more athleticism on her. And Gabby had a really nice game. But again, there was an emphasis today to play through AT because of the matchup advantage we thought we had. And she came through and was lights out for us.
We'll go to Doug and then finish up with Charlotte and Adam.
Curt, you mentioned Kayla's game, but also Beatrice gave you some pretty good minutes in there, I thought, to get a couple deflections and steals and blocks. Just talk about what she added today for you guys in the limited time.
Continues to do what she does. She rebounds, she deflects balls. She's a presence defensively with her energy. Again, her offense is coming and is better than people realize. The physicality bothers her at times at the offensive end, but she continues to give us rim protection. She's very active around the glass. She, even when she doesn't block shots, she affects and alters shots. She's going to be a good one for us. Excited what she brings to the table.
Charlotte?
Hey, Curt, kind of just following up on the AT stuff. Did you notice, I don't want like a different intensity from her today throughout warmups, shoot around, just because it seemed that, I mean, she always comes out strong, but just coming out, scoring some of those first couple points and then carrying that relentlessness through the entire game.
Yeah, playoff AT, right? I mean, she's always intense, but it's this is what this group has come here for. DB wants to come win a championship. Those veterans want to win. It hasn't been the regular season record-wise that we had hoped, but we know that there's a lot of talent in that locker room, and again, just one game at a time. We think we can be a really hard out, but you saw playoff AT tonight. Tremendous intensity.
Thank you.
And Adam will be the last one for Curt.
Coach, what was going through your mind in the fourth when Chicago started to make their run?
Doing the math, Adam wondered if they could make it score enough points, and frustrating. I think we 8 and 9, maybe 8 to 10 possessions in a row that they scored, and so a little bit frustrating that we just couldn't clamp down and finish that off. But they're too talented. You knew they were going to make a run. And we got tired. We got a little bit tired, and then you have to make the decision. Do you just try to get to the finish line, or do you steal 90 seconds or 2 minutes for some of those guys? And hats off to Chicago. They played a really good offensive fourth quarter, but we matched it and got enough stops when we needed to.
Thank you.
Thanks, Curt. You're all set.
Thanks, guys.